Hello and welcome to your Vedic Lunar Scope for today, the 4th of September, 2015. The moon today enters Gemini, and as it does so, it will be making its way through the nakshatra of Rohini. A change is needing to take place right now, but in order for that change to come into being, it's going to be necessary for you to alter your perspective. We can always choose to grow at any specific moment, but sometimes the cosmos forces our hand a little more strongly. Think about the analogy that when we're each born into this world, part of that birth process is because of there being less room within the womb, right? So there has to be movement. We're driven by a sense of need to come into being, to make a change, to take a shift from the space that we're in into a new space. And such is the case today. You're being driven by a sense of need. You need to make a change. But the very fact that you need to make that change is going to give you an opportunity to see things from a higher perspective. And with each step that you begin to take in a new direction, you're going to find that you're being rewarded for your efforts ever more strongly. And this is going to make it all the more worthwhile. It may not take away the feelings that you are being driven by a sense of need, but at least you're going to feel like you're getting somewhere rather than just being in a space where, well, for lack of a better way to put it, you're treading water. Right? And with each step, you're going to be offered an even deeper level of insight. It's like when we decide to open our eyes a little more widely, we get shown a whole lot more. And that is definitely the case today. Although needs may now be dictating what you are doing, you do have a choice to be a willing participant. And I really very highly suggest that you take this opportunity and that you see it as an opportunity. Rohini is a moksha-driven nakshatra. What is moksha? Moksha is about liberation. Now, liberation can take many forms. One form of liberation is liberation from having to be incarnated over and over again. But we go through these little steps of moksha every single day. Sometimes we're in a situation and we want to be out of that situation. That also is moksha. We're driven by moksha to make a change, and you're being driven by a need to make a change today. Rohini represents the environment wherein growth can be fostered, wherein your changes can be nourished, right? But just as occasionally, well, I wouldn't say occasionally, but when birds reach a period of a certain age and they have to learn to fly and leave a nest, well, a change is necessary, and you're kind of being ushered in a very strong direction, in a very strong manner. But if you begin to take steps in that direction, it's going to be to your benefit. The lunar tithi today is Krishna Saptami. It's the 7th day of the dark half of the moon. And this particular energy not only gives you insight, but once that insight dawns for you, once that higher level of wisdom comes to you, it's going to feel so fortunate to you that you're going to be encouraged to take further steps along the journey. The solar lunar yoga today is Harshana. Harshana means thrilling with joy, but this is more about seeing things from a widened perspective. When we kind of are in the dark or in a clouded position, we can grow in our depression, and it's almost like an energy wells up inside of us until we get pushed or an eruption happens and we have to make a choice. But then when we are in positions where our perspective widens and we see more clearly, well, we actually recognize that where we were, boy, having language problems today, where we were previously was much too constrictive for our needs. And where we're heading offers a much wider perspective, and in addition to that, a much freer form of life, a new way of looking at things, a chance to see things in a completely new light, the chance to get rid of all those old cobwebs and to really clear out those dark recesses of our mind so that we're able to be filled with a new perspective and a greater sense of happier emotions because we've made a change that ultimately was for the better for us. If you could use a little bit of help with the difficult transformation, I should mention that I do offer several different tiers of astrological service. They are available through my astrological services page, which you should now see a link to below. Or you can just send me an email at michael@authenticastrology.com, and I will send you back information on what it is exactly that I do offer. Also, for those of you who are astrology enthusiasts and who are particularly into Vedic astrology, which is the form of astrology that I work with here, I am offering an intermediate level predictive course, which will teach you as a student how to narrow an event window down to about a couple of days and predict something to within 1 or 2 days with an excellent birth time. That's going to do it for your Vedic Lunar Scope for today. I should mention, if you're interested in that course, there should be a link in the bottom right-hand corner of this video. Until next time, please do take the very best care of yourself. Bye now.